Discovering your life purpose is not simply an intellectual exercise, it is a deeply emotional, soul-stirring journey. In the book How to Discover Your Life Purpose, the author does not offer a list of neat, tidy steps that guarantee instant clarity. Instead, what emerges is a spiritual unfolding, a tender invitation to come home to yourself, to the essence of who you were always meant to be, beneath the noise of expectation, fear, and routine. Reading this book feels less like acquiring information and more like remembering something you once knew but forgot somewhere along the path. It is a mirror, a compass, and at times, a comforting voice in the dark. At the heart of the book lies one central idea: your life purpose isn't something you invent, it's something you uncover. It has always been with you, buried under layers of conditioning, societal demands, and the desire to please others. The author guides us through a profound process of inner excavation, beginning with a question that echoes quietly through every chapter: what moves you at the deepest level of your being? This is not a question that demands an immediate answer. It's one that invites silence, presence, and honesty. One of the book's most powerful themes is that our life purpose is often hidden in our childhood. The author encourages us to revisit the early years not just to reminisce, but to search for clues. What did you love doing before the world told you what was practical? What dreams did you dream before you were told to be realistic? A story is told of a man named Jordan who, as a child, would draw pictures of animals for hours and pretend to run a wildlife sanctuary. But as he grew older, his parents guided him toward engineering, something more secure. He listened. He graduated with honors. Yet at age 35, despite a successful career, he felt a gnawing emptiness. Only when he returned to his childhood passion did he realize his life purpose was conservation, not construction. He now runs an NGO rescuing endangered species. The book presents Jordan's story not as a rare anomaly, but as a quiet call to all of us: your past holds seeds for your future. Don't ignore them. The author explores the concept of alignment, the sacred harmony between who you are and what you do. When we live out of alignment, we may look successful on the outside but feel hollow inside. There is a difference between achievement and fulfillment. One may impress the world, the other nourishes the soul. We meet people in the book who chased traditional success but felt like strangers in their own lives. One woman, Lisa, climbed the corporate ladder but often cried in her car during lunch breaks. She thought her sadness was weakness. But when she tuned into her inner truth, she realized she had a gift for teaching. Today, she educates underprivileged children and says, "I feel rich now, even though I make less. This is the wealth my soul was starving for." Another deeply moving idea the book explores is that pain is a pointer. Often, the author says, the wounds we carry are sacred indicators, they can reveal where we're meant to serve. A man who grew up in foster care later built a home for abandoned teens. A woman who struggled with addiction now leads recovery groups and saves lives. Purpose isn't always born from joy, sometimes it rises from suffering, refined by fire. The author gently encourages readers to not just ask, "What am I good at?" but also, "What have I overcome, and who needs what I've learned?" Throughout the book, there is an emphasis on listening. Not just to the world, but to yourself, to the quiet stirrings, the gentle whispers, the moments that make you feel truly alive. Life purpose is less about grandiosity and more about authenticity. You might not need a platform or a spotlight. Sometimes, your purpose is to raise a child with love, to write poems that touch one's soul, to be a safe space in someone's storm. The author challenges the myth that purpose must always be a profession. Sometimes, it's a presence, a way of being, a gift you give through the ordinary, day by day. The book offers practical tools too, without ever becoming mechanical. It suggests journaling prompts to help readers access hidden desires. It encourages moments of stillness, not as luxury, but as necessity. In one section, the author introduces the 3 circles concept: what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. Your purpose lives at the intersection. But even here, the guidance is gentle, not prescriptive. Don't try to fill the world's needs out of obligation, the author writes. Serve where your soul ignites. That is where you're most powerful. There's a beautiful chapter about fear, a companion that often disguises itself as logic. Many people, the author notes, already know their purpose deep down. But they fear judgment, failure, instability. The book doesn't dismiss these fears, it acknowledges them with compassion. And then it offers a deeper truth: the cost of ignoring your purpose is far greater than the risk of pursuing it. Living without purpose slowly erodes the spirit. It leads to depression, resentment, restlessness. The author asks, if you knew you had 1 year left to live, would you still do what you're doing now? The silence that follows this question often reveals everything. Another profound insight from the book is the importance of experimentation. You don't find your purpose all at once. You discover it gradually, through trial, error, and courage. Purpose is a path, not a destination. It unfolds as you walk it. A man in the book volunteered at a hospital just to try something different. That single act awakened a dormant calling to become a grief counselor. He would have never discovered this from a personality test or career assessment. Real purpose, the author insists, is revealed through living. Spirituality weaves softly through the pages of this book, not in a dogmatic way, but in a universally resonant one. The author speaks of a divine intelligence that planted a unique gift in each soul. The fulfillment of that gift isn't just about personal joy, it's part of a larger cosmic puzzle. When you live your purpose, you become a thread in the greater tapestry of healing the world. There's a sacred responsibility in this, not a burden, but a blessing. It means your life matters. Your story is needed. Your voice, your presence, your service, they're not random. They're intentional. Toward the end of the book, the tone becomes more reflective, more intimate. The author speaks directly to the reader, as if sitting beside them, you are not lost. You may feel confused, weary, unsure, but you are not lost. You are in the process. Trust that. Life is guiding you home. These lines stay with you long after the book is closed. They offer the kind of reassurance that doesn't come from facts, but from truth. And perhaps that is what How to Discover Your Life Purpose ultimately offers, not answers, but a deeper trust in your own journey. Real life stories, simple practices, heartfelt questions, they all come together to form something greater than a guidebook. This is a soulful companion, a gentle mirror, and a voice of wisdom that reminds you that your life is not random. There is a pulse inside you, a longing to become who you were meant to be. And when you finally dare to listen, not to the world, but to your heart, you begin to walk the sacred path of purpose. In the end, the book leaves us not with urgency, but with peace. Discovering your life purpose isn't a race, it's a return to your truth, your values, your passion, your essence. It's not about doing more, but becoming more of who you are. And that journey, however long it takes, is the most meaningful one you will ever make.